Hey YouTube, it's me, Maddie Makes. I have another video for you today. Um, I came across this. There are two things I'm going to show you, and then we'll get back to the making the mindfulness journal. But real quick, I'm going to show you how to make a cover for um, the mindfulness journal. So here we have, and my journal, by the way, you guys, is 8.5 by 11, okay? And so I want to make a cover for you, and I want to show you that you can make this cover, and you don't have to have, again, any fancy equipment. So we have our 8.5 by 11, and what I want to do now is go get a shape. So I'm going to insert this shape. So you go to insert, you click on shapes. I'm going to get rectangle, and I'm going to, you see where my cursor landed? I'm going to move it all the way up here to the corner though. And you got to cover this whole thing, you guys. And then come right here and just pull it down. We're going to go all the way down, and then we take it over. So we have, that's because this background here will not print a color for us when we do this. So we have to make sure that we add this element, fill it up with a color so that it'll print the cover as we want it. Now we don't want blue, right? I don't want blue. So I'm going to change that, and I'm going to format it, click on format, and then I'm going to do shape fill. And I'm going to think about the color that I want. I don't know. What brings me peace and harmony? Um, let's go with this pretty light green right here, right? We'll put that there. So now we have the basis for our we have the basis for uh our cover, all right? Now the other thing I want to show you is that if you can't see it here, but it has little borders, and so I want to get rid of the borders. And so what I'm going to go do is go to shape outline, and then I'm going to go no outline. So when it prints, those little borders go away. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to put my artwork in there. So I was trying to find some artwork that was, of course, free, royalty free, and something that represented kind of like tranquility. Okay. And I think I found that. So I saved that on my desktop. So I'm going to go to insert, and then I'm gonna go to, maybe I have it in pictures. Do I have it in pictures? We'll see. I do. This is it here, you guys. And so I'm gonna insert, and it's here, but we have to go uh, make it show up. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're going to click off. I'm sorry. We're gonna go back to format, and then it says wrap text. And look, we're just gonna uh, move it behind the text. So there's my pretty picture, okay? Now, for my purposes today, for the purposes of this activity, bear with me. We got to get this down. Oh, let's see. It won't move. Why won't it move? We're going to figure it out in 1 minute. Okay, let's see if we can get it to move now. Yes, I right clicked on it and I told it to move with text. It didn't come up this side. I told it to move with the text. So that's what I did. Right click, and then you'll see the words right here is what I clicked on. Okay. Okay. So we have our picture. I'm moving it kind of to the bottom. This is an SVG file. Okay. So in case you didn't know, Microsoft Word does open SVG files. All right. Which is a wonderful thing. And let me tell you why. I didn't know Microsoft could open an SVG file till just now today. And I'm so excited about it because SVG files allow you to fill them in, color them, and rotate them, okay, any way that you want to. And so, with that said, if I wanted to go back to format, and if I wanted to give this a different color, which I do, I go back to graphics field and I find the color that I like, my little lady to be here. okay? And it can be any color you want. So I think that looks very, 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 very pretty, okay? You see it right there, you guys? Doesn't that look pretty? Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want this picture to be straight, right? I want to make sure it's in the center. So I'm going to go back up to format. It says align. And so I'm going to align it. Align center. See how I put it in the center for me? Okay. So the hard part is done, folks. We got our picture in. Now, um, I probably would move it a little bit lower. There we go. And I'm going to go back to format again. I'm going to align it. Center. All right, it was center. Now, where we at? We got to insert some text up here because if you saw my previous part one video of creating my journal, I was calling it, let me get the name right, y'all. Let me get the name right. My mindfulness and self-care journal. So here's the part where we put the text box in. Insert your text box. We don't need anything fancy, okay? And I'm going to go like this, open it up for typing, highlight this. Now I'm going to go back home up here, pick the text that I want, which I'm using ink free. And then I'm going to change this font size to something bigger. I'm thinking there's 26, probably a 28. Okay. Oh, 28. And then I'm going to delete all of that, go back to 28. It took it away. And I'm going to say mindfulness and self care journal. Now look at that. None of that is, what's the word, you guys? Centered, and it looks kind of crazy, right? So there's a few things we got to do here. First of all, it didn't keep my font to ink free. I want that. I think I want it to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to go as far as I can to, I think I can do 36. I did, you guys, okay? Now I got to go back home, I'm still here, and I want to center my title, okay? So I have everything I need here, mindfulness and self-care journal. What I'm going to do now is click back here. And now I don't want it to be white, right? We don't want it to be white in the background. I want to get rid of that. So we're going to go back to format and we're going to do shape fill again. And we're going to say no fill. So look at that. When we say no fill, then it turns the color of the background. But we also have to say no outline because we don't want that outline there when we click off. You see how I clicked off? Now we don't have that text box there, okay? And then the last thing that I want to do is because I just like borders and I'm going to add a border to this because it keeps in theme with my journal. On the interior, the journal has borders. So with that said, oh, I forgot. We got to go back here. Same thing we got to do. We're going to click on it. We want to go back to format. Sorry, you guys. We want to go back to format and then we want to go to over here. We want to say align, align center again. Okay, so it just moved it over slightly, but now we're all good on that. Okay, so now we're going to go. Where am I going? I think I'm going back home and I'm going to click on, maybe I'm not going back home. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, you guys. I am going to go layout. I can't find it. Format, word art styles, shapes. Where is it? What I'm trying to do, and I apologize because I really can't. Let me click on this document and oh, here's my borders. But for whatever reason, it won't let me add the borders. I don't know why. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'll figure that out. I'm not sure why it's not letting me add borders. But in general, and I apologize, my phone is ringing. In general, I will figure out the, borders for us, but in general, you guys, this is how, you could easily create and you can even highlight this more and make it bold, which I think I will, okay? Um, or you can add other elements, whatever you wanna do, but this is the basics of how you would create your own cover in Microsoft Word. Once again, you didn't need anything fancy. This can be used, and I'll show you in another video. You can use it to make an invitation. You can use it to make a poster. Whatever you wanted to do, you could make it from here, save it as a PDF, and go get it printed at Kinko's. Okay? So, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. If you did and you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. See you next time.